I want to take you on a quick tour today of some of the automation tools that I've been using and various workflows. And here's an example from n8n. n8n is a fantastic automation platform, much like Zapier or make.com. And here we have a sample flow that takes a chat message and then parses it through an AI model from Anthropic and searches Gmail for various messages and will structure data and will also search like a WooCommerce database and also has access to Wikipedia. It's like a whole AI agent in one. I'm going to take you through just like creating this, but also I want to talk a little bit about like what the point of automation is and how like I see it benefiting you as a web professional. So look, it's almost 2025, and being the web designer or developer isn't just about writing code anymore, creating beautiful layouts and designs. It's about being a strategic partner who actually dramatically increases their clients' business operations. And one of the ways to do that is through automation and the use of some AI to help with that. And the digital landscape now is changing faster than ever. And the professionals who thrive aren't the ones who resist technology; they're the ones who embrace it. And I see automation and AI tools and AI agents as kind of superpowers that can really elevate your skills from just a commodity to like a critical business need for your clients. And your clients, it's been said before, they're not just paying you for a website, they're buying a solution to their business challenges, right? And as we move into 2025, I think that solution increasingly means intelligent, automated workflows that save time for you and your clients and reduce errors and really get you to that next level of efficiency. As web professionals, you really have an incredible opportunity here, and I would say honestly a responsibility to become knowledgeable about automation and AI. And this means looking at your clients' businesses and asking, where can we remove manual work? Where can we stop errors from happening? Where can we create smarter and faster processes that are repeatable and scalable? You know, so I think that clients don't just want a website anymore. They want a digital engine that grows their business with minimal manual work. And that's where you can come in. If you're not learning automation tools, if you're not exploring AI integrations, if you're not thinking about how to make your clients' businesses more efficient, you're not just falling behind, you're going to become irrelevant. It's automation and AI aren't just buzzwords, they aren't the future, they're the present now. And web professionals honestly need to master these tools if you want to be able to command premium rates and attract top tier clients and truly differentiate yourself from other people in a crowded market. So I just wanted to have a little piece about why you need to be thinking about these things. And before we get into N8N, talk a little bit about that and how you can post it. I want to do a shout out to like some of the industry leaders in automation. Obviously, you've probably heard of Zapier. They've been around forever. It's a little pricey, but it's also like the premium tool out there. Make.com is another really nice automation tool that's been around. Neither of these tools are open source and you can't self-host them. They're SaaS options only. But they're pretty nice, and that means you're not having to deal with self-hosting. Um, Also, a quick shout out to like SureTriggers and BitIntegrations. These are both WordPress plugins that will help you automate uh, directly on your WordPress site. There's not a SaaS component to it. You just need to install it on your site, as far as I know. Um, and then finally, I would say the best one to get started with is probably ActivePieces. It is open source. You can self-host it, and the pricing is pretty affordable in the sense that you get 1,000 tasks for free, and then it's $1 per 1,000 tasks after that. So if you have 20,000 tasks, you would pay $19 a month. But that gives you a lot of leeway to get started in terms of testing these tools and figuring out which one works, and just like again learning. And if you're not familiar with these tools, you might need to jump in and just see if you can and do it. But the other nice thing about ActivePieces is you can self-host it, just like n8n. You can self-host it. They both offer SaaS versions of it. You can pay $20 a month, for n8n, get some, various workflows. It's honestly, I would say, a little limited, and I would highly recommend, if you're going to go down this route, that you self-host it with the community edition. There's a bunch of documentation on how to do that. You can do it via Docker. It's a little complex if you don't really know what that is, but at the end of the day, there's a really great guide on how to do this. Tons of videos on how to self-host this and get started. And they also have like starter kits if you want to self-host a whole AI kit that has databases, AI models, all that you can run locally. So it's very affordable in that sense. And I actually just have it in Coolify, right? So I have a Coolify account here. I have my automation tools. I'll just spin up another instance of n8n so you can see how easy it is. But like this one, I could search ActivePieces and I could install that as a self-hosted version, right? Let's just do n8n. And the beauty of Coolify is that this is basically a one-click install. So I will start this, and there's our application. I can change this to demo or whatever, and I'll deploy that. So I should be able to, it's going to now run that Docker compose, all that good stuff for me. So it's creating a Docker network. It is extracting everything. This might take a minute. While that's installing, I will jump into actual n8n on my already live instance that's working. And it's easy to just like create a new flow. And I would say the best way to get started here is actually to go to the templates. And if I click this, it'll take me to all the various templates that are made directly by the community or by n8n themselves. And the beauty of this is you can search for any app you want to connect, or by topic, right? So if you want to look at like all the AI related ones, there's almost 200 AI templates. And I'll say that these are not small, little, simple templates. Like if I click on this, I'll see this is probably a fairly complex flow, right? You can see there's like all these different nodes in here. And there's some nice notes here that come with like what it's going to actually do and how to set it up. And really, once you load this into your install, it should work more or less out of the box. You just probably need to update some credentials. Like you can see here, there's notes to replace the credentials, replace that. So the templates are really a great way to get started. And you can also, again, search by app. You can see all the ones that, use Gmail. And then it'll show you a filter that has all the various Gmail related flows in there. You could probably combine them so you could you have filtered by anything that involves Google Sheets and Google. So very great way to get started, in my opinion, because these are very easy to just take, use the workflow for free. This is a very complex, lots of subflows and whatnot. But let's just I don't know, let's look at Notion. Ones are available in Notion. Got Notion AI Assistants, Notion Knowledge Base, all kinds of different Notion templates. So here's one that automates Notion task reminders via Slack. Pretty simple workflow. Got lots of instructions in there. And I can just say, use this for free. And it's picking up that I'm already logged into an n8n instance, so I could just import this right away. That'll pull it into my flow. I guess I don't have Slack or Notion connected in here, so I'll just skip those for now. I'm going to delete this anyway. But there I've got the flow ready to go. I can read about the various setup connections and how to use it. And then I've got, my trigger here, and then it goes through, it looks like it runs every day at 9 a.m. and gets to-do lists and sends it as a Slack message. So ways to automate your workflows that I think are pretty interesting. So let's check back on our Coolify here. All right, so that's done installing. I should be able to just open it up. And here I can sign up for my account. Of course, the first time that you need to install, it'll, you just create a new account. So I'll just quickly fill this in. Blah, blah, blah. Let's just You'll want to get your free license key that you get the paid features of n8n. You just send that to your email. I'll just skip it. But yeah, we can basically get started. Again, there's my template area. Highly recommend you checking that out. We could just start from scratch here. And the way this works is the first step is always a trigger. So we could say the first one, we'll just have a trigger manually. And I guess what I'll show is, well, you could look at WordPress, right? You guys are probably all WordPress people. But you can have it create posts, you can have it get posts, you can have it fetch users, that kind of stuff. And there's also WooCommerce. Whoops. If I go back to like WooCommerce, you can search your database for creating an order, or getting products info, getting customer information, all kinds of good stuff that you can do on WordPress there. And for anything that's not in here, you can also just do HTTP requests. You can use this to pull posts from WordPress from another site that you don't have access to, stuff like that. So it does a really good job of handling the authentication for you. And you can also add properties. You can do batching. You can have it grab like 50 posts at a time, put a delay between them. Lots of different options here. It will also handle pagination for you, which is pretty amazing. For your various APIs, you don't have to set like a status or the page number in another node. It can just pull it in automatically here. Pretty powerful stuff. Let me know also, just, I never do this in videos, but like, hey, if you like this stuff, give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this stuff, let me know. I really have been liking automation and just like getting into it and actually helping real life projects out with it. So just, keep me posted on what you think. And anyway, let's just delete this node, and I'll just show what I think is one of the more powerful features of n8n is that they have these AI agents available. And so I can click this and add an AI agent in here. And you can choose what type of agent, if it's a conversational agent, it's like a React that plans courses of actions. You can have a SQL agent that like interacts directly with a SQL database. Really a lot of powerful stuff. I'm just going to leave it on tools for now, and we'll just leave it there. The way it works is it just created another trigger for me. It branches off here, and that's a chat trigger. And so that means that instead of just a manual trigger, I can have a chat trigger. And I really like that you can have multiple triggers. So if I also wanted like some a trigger for on a schedule, I could have it say I want it to run every day, sure. And then I can add it as another trigger and just connect it there to my AI. So you're able to combine multiple triggers here. So it's very handy that you're not limited to just one initial trigger. But then there's this AI agent, right? So let's get to actually building something, right? Now this agent is like the brain of the operation, right? It accepts prompts, right? You can specify prompts, or right now it's just taking it from the previous node, which is the chat. And so I can say, what day is it? And it's probably not going to do anything, right? It's going to throw an error. Chat subnode must be connected. So what we need first, of course, is to add an AI model. So we could do that here. Now this is a brand new account, so I don't have any credentials. So just give me 1 minute to pull that up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I grabbed my key and I copied it, but now I need to do create credential. And it's nice as you can rename this. So demo, and I'll paste that in, and that should be good. And I'll save that, and it should turn green saying it's successfully added. So now I have my OpenAI connected, and I can select, like the 4.0 mini model. You get the access to all the different models that you can add properties here if you want to really fine tune that. But in any case, let's see what that does for us. Now, if I chat with it, I can say, hi, and it should respond back. Hello, how can I assist you today? So you can see the chat message is the trigger, and that's a green connection, meaning it worked. It hits this tool agent, that worked. and then it hits the OpenAI model and works, and then sends back a message to the AI agent. So that's the general premise of these AI agents. The other thing, I mean, I won't spend too much time going into this. I'll probably do a whole video on this kind of stuff if this is interesting to people. But in any case, you have also chat memories. Say like, "Hi, oops, hi, I'm Brendan. What's your name?" I don't know. I don't know if it has a name. Let's see, I'm an AI assistant, but you can just call me an assistant. Great. So what? And then, but if I ask what is my name, you can see, well, I'm sorry, I don't have access to that information. And the problem with that is that the chat doesn't have a memory. So we need to provide a memory that it's able to store these conversations. And now what it'll do is store 5 recent chat histories, right? So then it's able to store this in like a local window buffer memory. Now, if you're building this stuff for production, you probably want to use an actual database. You could set up Supabase or another Postgres database. There's other ones I've literally never heard of here. I don't know what head is anyway. But let's just use the simple window buffer memory. And I'll say I'm Brendan. And if I say, what is my name? It'll say your name is Brendan. So it actually now is remembering my chat runs between. You can see there's 2 chats there saved in the buffer memory. So that's how that works. So we have our AI model, right? We have our memory for our chat, but now we don't have anything that it actually looks at. You know, it's just a chat GPT model without any kind of context. And so what you can then do is add tools to this, right? You could have, if you have a bunch of database in an Airtable, a base row, various databases, there's NoCoDB, Notion, right? All these different tools that you can connect up to the AI. So let's do one simple one, like it'll have access to all of Wikipedia. See, I don't need to set any settings. It just has access to Wikipedia now. So I can say, I don't know, what's a good thing to say? Tell me about Apollo 11. And you can see now it's hitting Wikipedia. It's searching for that. And you can see the flows here. It's doing this in order. And then it's sending it back to the chat model to basically summarize all that stuff. So there it has sent the chat successfully, hit Wikipedia, presented that back to the chat model, and sent it back to the AI agent, which has then told me about the highlights of the Apollo 11 mission. So pretty easy way to just see how this all works. Hopefully you get an idea for that kind of stuff. You can hook up multiple tools here, right? You can say, I want it to have a calculator, or I want it to consume my Gmail API. And so it can search my whole Gmail inbox and search the contacts, search the email content, the subject line, all that stuff. You can hook it up to your Google Docs or your Google Drive. If you have a bunch of PDFs, for instance, you can have it parse that kind of data and be able to return information to it. And it's really a powerful thing. This list is kind of, I would say, limited somewhat, but it's also extremely powerful. You can also do like a vector store tool, and then you can hook up different vector stores to that, right? So like there's a lot of flows that involve Supabase, vector storage, Pinecone's another really popular one. So the possibilities are pretty endless with n8n. I think there's a lot of potential here for building out business solutions for yourself and for your clients, and you can use these in production. I mean, these are things that, there's a lot of considerations you want to take in terms of how you're storing your data, and everything's running securely if you're self-hosting. But at the end of the day, this is a really powerful way to change how you work and how your clients work, and you can start charging money once you understand what you're doing, and you can provide real value for your clients. And so I think these are really important tools to have in your arsenal and to take the time to learn and master. I highly recommend checking it out. n8n, you can self-host it pretty easily. I installed it and self-hosted it without changing any kinds of server commands or changing anything in Docker. It just works. You add your credentials and you start automating. The only way to get started is to just get started. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you have a good holiday season, and I'll see you next year.